This was an interesting question I got from one of my students who had found a deal through one of the libraries in my music library directory. And what they had asked for was basically something that I call partial exclusivity. So what the hell does that mean? Basically, what the library was saying is that, listen, we love your music. We want to license it. You're going to keep your writer share. We're going to keep the publisher share. And you're free to license the, let's say, 10 songs we're going to take from you to other entities like music supervisors, a director, maybe some independent organization. But we only want you to license these songs with us in terms of we don't want any other music libraries to have access to these 10 songs. So it's not exclusive in that you're not being prohibited from using those tracks for, let's say, putting them up on YouTube or licensing them to maybe somebody locally in your town that's looking for music for their music video, like some band locally, something like that. Or if you happen to have a relationship with a music director, you can directly submit those tracks to somebody in the business. But they don't want you to send those 10 songs to, let's say, a competitive music library company, and that makes sense, right? Because they obviously, if they're going to go try to find music supervisors and clients to win over, they don't want to have music that can be found in anybody else's catalog. They want to have exclusive rights to those tracks. Now, this particular library was not offering a consideration fee for that partial exclusivity. I have a little bit of an issue with that because I feel like when you're giving exclusive rights of any sort to anyone, there should be a consideration of value for that exclusivity. Now, they're not asking for 100% exclusivity. They just don't want you to license your music with any other libraries. I've done deals with companies like that. Sometimes it turned out that they got me great placements and I had no problem with it. And I was like, you know what, that's fine. You're not giving me any upfront fees, but you're securing placements for me. So, hey, let's just keep moving and let's keep working together. Other times I've submitted tracks to libraries and I've gotten nothing from them. I've gotten no placements and they never gave me any consideration fees. So naturally, after about 4 or 6 months, I'm done. I'm not submitting them any more tracks. They're out of my Rolodex. I'm going to work with people who actually get me results. So my general advice, if you come across a library that asks for this sort of partial exclusivity, is maybe ask for a small consideration fee for the fact that you're giving them some exclusivity with your music. You might not have any wiggle room with this. They might not budge, right? They might have so many people submitting music to them and being okay with those terms that they say, they come across a little bit of friction with you and they go, you know what, don't worry about it. Don't send us, if you're not comfortable with our deal, don't send us any music. So you might not get really what you're looking for. So don't come across as arrogant and say, why, you have to pay me for exclusivity, and no matter how little the exclusive rights you're looking for. Obviously be flexible, be inquisitive, and just say, hey, I'm noticing that there's a little bit of an exclusive added value to this deal. Are you guys open to even a small consideration fee for that exclusivity? Again, in the long run, if you're making thousands of dollars in royalties, who cares if they give you $50, $100, or $200 per track? You'll be making a lot more in the long run. So if they don't budge and they don't go forward, they don't go for that kind of a consideration fee deal, then give them 6 months of work. Put out a couple of albums with them, give them a couple of tracks here and there, see how well they do. When your royalty checks come, see if any of those tracks are the ones getting placed that you sent to that library. And if they are getting placed, what kind of shows are they getting placed in? What kind of numbers are you seeing from them? If you're seeing hundreds or thousands of dollars in placements from that library, keep going with them. If you see nothing from them within a year, maybe 2 at the most, you can scratch them off your Rolodex. You move on to another company. Get somebody else more valuable on your team that you're licensing your music to. Okay, so partial exclusivity. Hopefully that clears that up if you come across this deal, and maybe my advice here helps you as you come across these kind of situations in terms of what you should do and what you should be thinking about when you're approaching these kind of deals.